If you don't mind, we're going to record it so we can transcribe. Okay, we will begin. So it's 11:04 now. So thank you very much for participating in this focus group. Are you guys all happy with participating in our research? If so, give us a thumbs up. Yay, full house. Did I see that thumb? Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, so yeah, the research question is to do with first year experiences in a pandemic, both academic and social life, I mean. So we'll start with a general question, and this one goes out to the general room. What do you think of the online learning environment? So if anyone would like to start.
Well, I mean, I think it was okay. Like, as we are a group of people and we sometimes watch lectures together and we still could discuss some things that were going on online, it was cool. But I think without that, like if I would have watched all the lectures on my own, it would have been quite a lot harder because yeah, you feel quite isolated in front of your laptop. At least I feel isolated. And it's weird to just like participate, or it's weird for me to just participate in a lecture or a seminar from like via Zoom or something. So yeah.
For me, it has been a little bit more difficult since we're first years. For me, it was very difficult to be in contact with my classmates since everything was online. So I struggled a bit more because doing everything on your own and not being able to have that much contact with your peers, it's difficult, and I didn't really like that. But in general, overall, was very satisfying for me. Like, it was all right.
I think it's very more organized. Like compared to high school, it's much easier to engage here, I think.
Could you expand on that a little bit?
It's just like the university, I think it's making an effort, to try and give us what we had offline, but online.
Mm-hmm.
As the experience I had of online education before coming here was just like, yeah, okay, cool, you're online now. And if you don't like it, then suck it up, They're trying to make us feel somehow at home, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, online education sucks, but it's better than nothing. And especially for people who are doing LAS like me, who this course is built for interaction, discussion, and eye-to-eye contact. And now we don't have it, so kind of the whole program goes down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Would you say that you feel somewhat connected to campus or not?
To campus?
Yeah, since we don't really get to see it.
I mean, I see all the professors trying to give us at least a chance to go on campus. So that's really nice by them. And they're doing everything in their possibilities. So, but now we're going once a week. It's actually a really nice occasion to leave a house and not be just sitting in front of your laptop. And you can finally meet peers. So whenever you were seeing their faces on Zoom cameras and now you see them in person, like it's really fun to compare.
Very weird. Yeah. But I can see that there's like a mix between B saying that it's got some positive aspects in comparison to past schooling, and Esther and Huber and Maxime, you're saying a little bit more negative aspects. Could you give any opposing aspects? So B, if you have any negative aspects you don't like a lot about the online and learning environment, and then Huber, Maxime, and Esther, if you have any positives you can think of that have come out of the learning environment, online learning environment.
I feel like obviously the technical issues and stuff like those wouldn't really happen offline. And there's the whole connection, and not only like connection, like physical connection that's not happening, but also like internet connection. If it lags, then you can't follow class. And it's nice that they're recording it, but not everybody records them. So obviously it has some negative sides, but I think that they're still doing their best, which is really nice for me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because of online education, I'm learn how to manage my time better. Since now, you know, classes from this to this, and you don't need to travel from place to place. You know that, oh, I have 30 spare minutes, I'm gonna make dinner or lunch. And if you have 15 minutes, you have to prepare beforehand. So I think it gave us more responsibilities.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's good that the university is trying their best to like welcome all of us and try to have us in contact and stuff like this. Because as B said, in high school, we didn't have like this, I don't know, the teachers weren't trying that much to welcome us or to be more in contact and all together. Like here, I think they are trying much more, which is really good. But of course, I don't like online education that much because I don't know, I prefer being in person. But obviously, with the pandemic, I can't say too much.
Mm-hmm.
It is how it is.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier from your home. Like you just have your laptop, you don't need to go anywhere. You can eat during a lecture, you can do other things during a lecture, so you're more flexible.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And yeah, I don't know how many lectures are recorded on campus usually, but I still think that quite a few of our lectures are recorded. Not as many as they should, like not all of them. But yeah, to rewatch lectures is always good. So yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah. So you're saying that the remote learning environment and the ability to almost change where you're actually attending a lecture, like it could be in your room, it could be outside, is quite a good aspect of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll move on to the next general question. This one's more about your social life and how you've experienced social networking. So how do you experience creating a social network in Tilburg during the COVID-19 pandemic? Maybe if you could outline some difficulties or potential satisfactions you've got already. Yeah.
I mean, I think as we're all in talent score, we're pretty lucky. So I think we had it quite a bit easier to create a network than other students, all the first year students. So I'm really happy that we had this opportunity to like live together, and also because most of us are studying the same. So we still had some like interaction like about our study material, which was really nice. So I think in terms of that, we can't really complain because yeah, we had it easier than most students.
Definitely.
For me, I mean, socializing has been all right because I've been pretty lucky with my housemates and the people I live in Talent Square. But in general, with my classmates, it has been much more difficult since a lot of them live abroad or something like that, or don't want to meet or something like this because of the pandemic. So yeah, with my classmates has been more difficult, but in general, I have socialized anyways, but with other people.
I think the amount of friends depends on two things. First is if you're willing to make friends, and second is your housing situation. So I think for me, or if I can say for all of us, we got quite lucky for living in Town Square. And if you would ask a different group of people, their answer, I think, would be totally different. Because for us, socializing wasn't a really hard thing. Of course, from time to time, you want to meet some new people. But I think, yeah, we got quite lucky.
Yeah.
I also think we got very lucky, and obviously sometimes, as Hugo was saying, you kind of want new people around, like not not instead of the old people, but like in addition to the old people.
Hmm.
And then at that point with online education was more like, oh, are you in the same breakout room? Okay, let's go for a walk tomorrow or something. Or team essay for thinking about science. Okay, let's meet up and do it together, and maybe then we can be friends.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
obviously, I think that we got lucky, and that definitely, if we weren't in like this housing situation, it probably would have been harder in the first place to make friends outside of the group.
Yeah. So if you were to subtract Talent Square from the equation and just look at it from the course, the people in your course, and not really considering the accommodation side of it, how has your interaction with people from your course, especially B, Hubert and Esther, have you, because Max has said that he's struggled with linking with classmates, but would you say that you've been able to expand your social network even outside of the accommodation factor?
For me, I'm quite happy about it, like about how it went. Honestly, I'm quite satisfied. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel as well. Like I know people from our course. We met up and they're nice, and I feel like I have some friends outside of Talent Square as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been way better without the online environment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I made some friends outside our housing situation as well. And what's the question? Sorry.
Yeah, just in general, out if you take away Talent Square from the equation, as in if you ignore that factor, how easy have you found it to make friends from external housing situations? I don't know, Cobham campus or whatever, or various people living in student housing. Have you found it pretty easy? Like, I don't know, texting people just to say, do you want to meet up or something? Or what have you found that's worked and what's not worked and stuff like that?
I think that matter that at least they try to give us a chance to go once a week on campus beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, you met our classmates, at least half of them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just by talking on Zoom calls, you kind of get to know each other. I had a really interesting conversation once with a guy. We were just in the breakout room, and then we finished our discussion, and then we just started talking about life. And he just said, "Oh, I don't really have that many friends in our course," and blah blah blah. And yeah, we just talked, and we just became kind of friends.
Yeah. So you're saying that you still are able to some extent feel some form of social interaction, even if it's across Zoom?
Yeah, if you put effort and if you're willing to interact, I think you can make friends in Zoom via Zoom.
Okay, nice. So the third question I'll put out there is just a general, do you feel at home in Tilburg?
Yeah, me 100%.
Can you elaborate maybe a tiny bit on it?
Well, it's just, I like the people. I like the weather when it's good weather. I just feel like it's a very civilized country, like the Netherlands, not Tilburg, obviously. So I feel like it's very easy with the fact that also everybody speaks English and most people are willing to, help you improve Dutch as well. So I feel like it's much more hospitable place than Italy.
Okay. So a little bit more welcoming or something, or just in general?
Just in general, I feel like it's a place where you can feel at home.
Nice.
I think the idea that almost everyone speaks English here plays a huge role, because it was one of the main factors when I was choosing in which country to study.
Yeah.
When you go to a supermarket, you're free to speak English and they will understand you and you don't feel stressed or anything. If you will be on the street and your bike will get broken, people will come to you and just talk to English if and ask you if everything is all right. So
Mm.
I think the idea that everyone speaks English brings us closer.
Yeah. So it's almost like a sense of security that you know that chances are someone will speak English if you get into some form of trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Esther, I know that you were going to say something.
yeah, I think if I think of home, still the first thing that comes to my mind is my house with my parents in Austria. So like the first thing is still where I've lived the rest of my life before I came here. But I agree that the Netherlands is quite a friendly country towards foreigners. Like, yeah, there are some minor things like that some people, like when you search for houses, they want Dutch people and Dutch language is not bad. But generally, like they speak English pretty well. They're a very like civilized country, as Bea said. They have a nice infrastructure. It's easy to like kind of fit in the cities. So it's still like I feel at home in my room here in Town Square. But it's not that, yeah, as the concept of home is Talent Square for me, that's still Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me in general, I've been very welcomed from everyone. So yeah, I could say I feel like at home. Also, the fact that I'm not feeling homesick, I think it's a huge sign that I'm
sure.
good here. And yeah, in general, I haven't had any trouble with anyone, so I think everyone's very friendly here. So yeah.
Okay.
Would you say Town Square has also influenced the way you feel at home in Tilburg?
Yeah, definitely. If I wasn't in Town Square, maybe I would be more alone or something like that. So definitely the people I've met here has played a huge role.
Yeah, I think housing made a big role in for us feeling close to each other and not homesick, as Max said.
Yeah.
And whenever people ask me where I want to live next year, my only answer is I don't want to live alone because I will feel like stressed or something. Depressed.
Yeah.
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 I just want to be around people.
Yeah. So yeah, the last question is, what other challenges have you been facing as a first year student living on your own during the pandemic? So it's more about independent living, moving away from home for the first time, that kind of thing, and within the pandemic.
Oh yeah, I would say that the fact that you have much more duties that you have to do, such as, I don't know, doing laundry or cleaning the house, you have to be constantly doing things, so you can't focus that much on studying. Like you have much other things to do than only studying. So I think there's like a lot of things that take you time. And yeah, I think that's a big difference. Or like cooking for yourself and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot of time of your life. So.
Would you say that's just a general part, as in, do you think that's just an aspect of going to university, pandemic or not? Or would you say
in general, not because of pandemic.
Okay.
But I feel like it's not as much, you don't have that much time to study. It's more like you don't have as much time to do whatever you want. Because obviously we do have time to do whatever we want, luckily. But if before I would be, in bed while my mom did laundry, now I have to do laundry myself.
Yeah.
You have to like kind of shape your day according to what you have to do, rather than your whole life revolving around school and sports and friends, which I don't mind, honestly. I feel like it's very nice to do, but sometimes it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna eat ramen for 2 days because I don't feel like going shopping, and for me, the main challenge is probably like the whole, since I got COVID, the whole like recovery, that was definitely not easy because pandemic wise, right? But I feel like
that's a direct experience of coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the main, I feel like, challenge I had to deal with this year.
Would you say it's like an added stress for you, the whole independent living, but also taking considerations of the anxieties of coronavirus?
Well, I'm not anxious per se, like of going out or getting it again. I just more like whatever you do, you have in the back of your head that you
Yeah.
can do the stairs without sitting down after, or
Yeah.
the whole, like you have to adapt your life not only to living by yourself, but with living with an ongoing sickness that doesn't stop after 2 days.
Yeah. Okay. Esther, Huber, do you have anything that you'd like to say?
I mean, I obviously, it's a new situation that I have to go shopping, whatever, do the whole, like, whatever, living, cleaning, and cooking. Yeah, those things my own. Like, I never done that before. So
Mhm.
that's new. And it's just, it was quite, like, weird to get used to it. Because for maybe 1-2 weeks, it's fine. Okay, I don't care. But then it just keeps going and you still have to do it yourself. So after a while, you figure out a schedule, how to do it, and it's fine. Like, it's not something undoable, but it was something that you have to get used to. So, but I felt like I even quite enjoyed it in the beginning, because I felt like, okay, I can rely on myself and I don't need anyone to do it for me, because I can do it myself and I'm not dependent on anyone. And feeling independent is always like a quite nice feeling, that you are strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet. And yeah, but sometimes it would be nice if someone would, like, yeah, just do your laundry, or do the shopping for you. Like, it's not something I would say no to, but
In other words,
yeah, please. So yeah, but I think that just comes, like, with us aging, and you realize that you have certain responsibilities that you didn't have before. And yeah, sometimes I think it's quite funny, because I forget things that I'm just thinking, wow, I'm so stupid. Like, I forgot my mask so many times, as you know. And at home, my mom would just remind me, now Bea reminds me. Like, it's, yeah, those things you think, oh my god, I'm so stupid. But yeah.
yeah. I guess there's a lot going on in your head throughout the day, so sometimes forgetting your mask seems just like very simple.
Yeah.
But you were, sorry.
I think responsibility is a big thing right now, because now no one checks if you took something or not. Online education, so all our classes are recorded, so you choose yourself if you want to do that on time, or are you gonna postpone that till the last minute. And yeah, same goes like with homework. Beforehand, your mom or someone would yell at you, "Did you do your homework?" And now it's like, how you do if you want to, if you feel like to. Same with cooking. You have to spend 30 minutes every day cooking. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's time consuming.
Cooking fried chicken with cucumber.
or you do yeah, and beforehand you would ask, "Mom, I'm hungry, make me something."
Yeah.
So yeah.
So a lot of decisions that we have to make now for
Yeah.
ourselves. Yeah. Okay, well, if anyone has any other additional things to say, do so now. Otherwise, thank you very, very much, people, for Focus Group. I had a lot of fun. Fatou, what about yourself?
I had a lot of fun. We'll have to check if the recording is good.
Okay. But anyway, thank you very much, people. Have a lovely Saturday. We'll
Thank
probably
you.
see you later for
Thanks.
karaoke, but have been an absolute pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm just